Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Man-Made Podcast KE, where we unpack everything masculinity in the 21st century. My name is Stephen Baki, and I'm here with my co-host, Silas Otieno mwenyewe. Salimia watu bana.
My name is Silas. Habari zenu. Nivo.
Nivo. That's good enough.
Thank you.
So we are really excited to be doing another episode, and so grateful for the traffic we're getting, the comments, the engagement. Naona this is something that was needed. You know, it affirms what we're doing. It affirms what we are talking about. And last time we started a discussion on discipline. That was the trait that we were covering. Just to recap, we've covered both courage and resilience. And last time we talked about discipline. Discipline as the structure that allows courage and resilience to be consistently shown across time. So yeah, and it felt like an introduction session. Actually, we didn't go over what we wanted to cover. We intended to go to another trait today.
Yeah.
But because time had elapsed and we were like, no, we need another session to look at things in application. We wanted to look at things practically. How do we... Because it's one thing to point out that something is lacking, in this case, discipline, but it's another thing to build now the proper habits across time. And so how can we do that? And just before we get into it, of course, I always like to say that this podcast has a very, very, very simple mission: to re-energize, to rebuke, and refocus men in the 21st century, to embody the highest standards of masculinity as we are expected. And we do this believing on three very fundamental things. One, that God created man in his image. He created them male and female. We also believe that man is exceedingly sinful and in need of a savior. And we also believe that I'm almost forgetting. Yeah, but this is the most important one. Christ, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is the only perfect man who has ever walked this earth, and he's the standard, he's the goal, he's the one who is our forerunner. Yeah. And so with that in mind, let us jump straight in to our check-in. Tunanzanga tukijuliana hali. So Silas, how are you doing?
I am okay. I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm calm.
You're calm?
Yes.
Do you want to qualify those statements?
Why do you just want me to talk about football? So you say me too.
No, I didn't say anything about football. By the way, ukiniuliza mimi unataka.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
People have started to say ndovu amepanda juu ya mti.
Okay.
For those who watch football,
yes.
Sisi hatujakata, fine, tumekuwa tukianguka kutoka kwa hiyo mti.
Yes.
Lakini nakwambia this time ndovu imeenda gym. It's looking lean. Na hiyo ndovu ni kama itakaa juu ya hiyo mti. I don't know. Those are just...
One of my predictions...
The elephant is going to stay on the tree.
One of my predictions, and mark this quote, is that you're going to finish number 2 and nobody remembers number 2.
Sawa, cool.
You know the first man on the moon?
Yes.
Neil Armstrong. Mm-hmm. Do you know who was the second?
I don't.
Yes, because people don't care. once number 1 has been given that title.
You know the interesting thing about
number 2.
Another thing about grounding belief about man is no man can tell the future. There is no one who knows what lies in the future.
You're not lifting this league. That I'll guarantee you. You always are almost winning. You are that team that almost wins. For us, if we lose big.
You know, we'll be here. We'll be here in the future. The future is coming. It's going to be here. And you know, actually, time is moving by so fast. We are already down the first week of October.
Yeah.
Tumebakisha 2 months.
To end the year.
This year, Isha.
Yeah.
Right now, very soon you'll be hearing that Christmas song. Ya nani, nitwaje?
Police na guitar.
Kuna hiyo.
Kuna police na guitar.
Ile Mariah Carey.
Okelo Max.
Mariah Carey. Yes. There will be a few tunes starting to play around. And people getting a bit, my laptops zinafungwa.
But they know, Okelo Max just took... We used to sing police na guitar when we were young. Kumbe ni Feliz Navidad. We used to sing police na guitar. The things we used to sing when we were young.
Yeah. Speaking of, actually, my weekend was, again, majorly musical. Nakwambia, music is a very big part of my life. The past 3 weeks, I've just been talking about music. But yeah, we had another thing that we were doing.
No,
this-
tell
this
us
Sunday.
where you were and what was the event and what was it about.
The
Stop
event-
beating around the bush.
The event is the Sunday Social, an
What is
amazing
Sunday
event
Social?
that has been curated for Christian singles, men and women, to get into a space where they can mingle and expand their circles in the hope of finding that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
So in
Yes.
other words, it's an event for people to meet
And mingle.
and find significant others.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I was doing in this event was providing the music because I'm a musician. And so I was singing on stage as people were mingling. That was my business there. And it was very successful. Shout out to Dorina and the team for organizing. It was a very good time. Tulikuwa na Mr. Sam over there taking some amazing photos. You should check the photos he took, yeah.
Sam
So-
he was told he's underage. That is what you were told. Okay. So which is the correct age for people to mingle?
So in this particular event, the the below age on the whatever bracket is 27.
27 years.
Was 27.
Okay.
Yeah, but that can be changed in the future, depending on So that was because we believe that around that area is when people tend to have a bit more serious intentions for.
I hear ladies' cortex don't mature until they get to 25. Whatever cortex is, I just read somewhere that
Prefrontal cortex.
yes,
Ah.
that they mature at 25.
Is it not the same for guys as well?
I don't know about guys. May I read about ladies?
Oh.
But I read somewhere. I don't know what cortex is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not someone in the medical field.
Yeah.
But I hear it doesn't mature until 25.
See, when you're 18, you're still considered. The law considers you an adult,
Yes.
but in terms of your cognitive development, you still kind of have a teenager's brain.
Oh, okay.
And a teenager's brain, prefrontal cortex is still not fully developed. That's why you'll find teenagers taking more risks. That's why they need a disciplined structure around their lives. That's why they still need to be under the care of their parents.
Okay.
Because they can make certain decisions that are not the most beneficial for them without necessarily knowing the risks. Once you get to around 25 and that's when
You're fully mature.
yeah
Okay.
it's you are able to consider both risk and reward and all these things with a bit of sobriety, I guess. All things held constant, because pia mtu anaweza abuse drugs.
Okay.
You inhibit your cognitive development, or pia some people can mature later. So on average, on median, it would be around 25.
So it's for both male and female.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
25.
actually, emotionally, females mature faster than.
Faster than
Yeah.
or emotionally. Okay.
See, so that now explains the
The emotion
going for older.
older guys.
Typically, you will find that older ladies will go for guys, or a good match would constitute a lady who's younger and a guy who's older.
Yeah.
But on average,
Okay.
there's anomalies as
Majority.
well on majority of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so ni hayo too we've been rambling about at the start, but we want to dive straight into our trait, because there was so much that we covered that was discipline is one of those things I talk about, and I told you I was afraid to talk about it because I know that is going to strike me as well. Your rebuke itanigonga. I know the areas in my life that I am not disciplined. I know the areas in my life that I am still struggling to find that structure, to put in those structures so that I can achieve all the things that I am capable of achieving.
Actually, it is very important to, when you see an area, to always talk about, like you're saying, it will hit you. That's where you should go, in things that hit you hard. Because as you're teaching, some of the times we teach on things that we struggle with. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't. As a matter of fact, you should be your biggest critic.
For sure.
You should be your own biggest critic, because you know yourself best. You know yourself better than any other person. So if you're struggling in an area, explore it, learn about it, hit yourself. It will not be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it rebukes you, but it will help you. So personally, the things that I struggle with the most are the things that I pursue in terms of learning, trying to get to know about them. Because if I concentrated, this is on personal discipline. If I concentrated so much on the things that I succeed in, then I would elevate those at the expense of the things that I struggle with, which I think will not create a good balance. So sometimes getting a balance of getting people who talk about the things that you struggle with is, or talking about it yourself, for me is a form of therapy.
For sure. Aristotle said virtue is acquired through habit. Discipline is the practice of repeatedly doing good acts until they become second nature. So it is said in behavioral psychology that it takes time to build a habit. The median number of days that it will take to cultivate a habit is around 66 days.
66?
66 days, thereabouts. It can be as low as 18 days. It can be as high as even 256. It can take long. Because you see, the thing is, what I mentioned last time, the concept of neuroplasticity, you are rewiring your brain. You are creating new pathways. So take it, for example, learning a skill. Take it, for example, starting to change your clock of waking up or becoming a morning person. If you have not been accustomed to being a morning person, will it not take time for you to get accustomed to that lifestyle and such before your body now, it becomes second nature. You don't even necessarily need to struggle to do that thing.
I readjusted how I eat from eating every time to one meal a day. It took me 1 week to fully adjust.
Wow.
Took me 1 week.
Fully?
Yes.
No relapse, never changing from that?
No.
Okay. That was 7 days.
7 days.
You're in the you're anomaly, you're an outlier. we call those outliers in the data.
Outliers. No, it took me 7 days to do it. The first day was the worst.
Yeah.
Because I could feel my stomach complain. But now I'm a bit used to it.
Yeah.
And I've done it just 1 week period.
Yeah.
And I was okay. But I think it's because of I've built on discipline in other areas to the point that now getting disciplined in this one area would not be a major issue.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess it depends on why there's a variation.
Yeah.
It depends on maybe the behavior that you're trying to cultivate, as well as the personal traits. So
Yes.
those are the things that could vary. Anyway, so it requires daily self-training of the mind and body to align with what you're trying to achieve. And it involves deliberately choosing and acting to shape yourself despite the freedom and anxiety. You see, the thing is, I remember when we were younger and we really wanted to be free from our parents or free from kind of that authority figure. You want to be the one who's dictating how your life is going, until you get to that stage and you realize, oh no, it takes discipline.
Discipline, yeah.
It takes discipline. You see, the things that you are trying to run away from, you can't run away from per se. And I think that is actually wrong messaging. You don't tell people that once you get freedom, you'll be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. Because that's a lie. You will never have the freedom to do exactly what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
You'll always be bound by the rules of society,
Yes.
by the structures that they're required. Because one action begets a reaction. That's what we talked about last time. So if you say I'm free to do whatever I want to do, and then you go out there and start robbing people to earn a living, and then you get shot and you die, or you end up paralyzed or something, then isn't that... Because that's, I think, a messaging we were being told. You, right now, don't wake up early. You know you hate waking up early.
Yeah.
But in future, you won't have to wake up early. What a lie. Because the first job ulikuwa unapata unaambiwa, unafaa kuingia saa ngapi kuna masaa. So your boss is telling you you're supposed to get into work at this time. And so I guess that's wrong messaging. You don't tell people that. So maybe the teachers can change how.
We live a life of being controlled in perpetuity.
Absolutely.
Yes. There is no point in your life where you are free. We're never free. Somebody dictates when you wake up. Somebody dictates when you sleep. Somebody dictates where you live. Somebody dictates what you eat. And all those things. And by somebody, I just don't mean that someone is somewhere seated dictating what you do. I just mean that you get a certain job.
Yeah.
There is time to report to work. there is clocking in and there is clocking out. That job will determine where you will live. That job will determine who your circle of friends will be. That job will determine almost everything about your life. So there is no point you're free.
Where you live.
The question is, who is your master? Who are you serving?
Yeah.
But we all serve something. We are all slaves of something. If you're not a slave of Christ, you're a slave of something else. And how to know that you are a servant? Because when I use the word slave, it looks like it's
chains.
YouTube
to
will
go back
start
in the cotton fields.
YouTube will start flagging those phrases. You're a servant of something.
Yeah.
Whatever determines how you live a big chunk of your life is your master. It determines a big chunk of your life.
Yeah.
Is your master. So you might as well be a slave to discipline.
You
to
might
the
as well.
discipline things or the things that make you
Yeah.
grow. There are those things that will or being a slave to being a servant to certain things is advantageous to you.
Yeah.
Because you not only serve those things, but you grow as well as you're serving those things. Like I am a slave of metals. And my what do you call it? Yeah, nasawing ile WhatsApp, whatever. There's a tagline here, caption.
Bio.
Bio. Link in the bio. My bio says men are forged from blood, sweat and steel. So I think I have determined to forge myself from that. From daily working out, from doing the hard stuff. Every time I start with the hard stuff in the morning. So if you find me sleeping at 2, don't complain. I started with the hard stuff. I finished.
Ulijisumbua mapema.
Yeah, I finished the hard stuff in the morning. I started working out at 5 a.m. No, this time 6 a.m. And do all those hard stuff in a fasted mode. Then come and record. So my day it gets lazier as time goes by. So if you find me in the office and I'm taking a power nap at 2, don't complain.
Uko sure you use there?
No. It's my biological clock.
Typically, that's what expected. Like as the day progresses, you run.
Yes, I get lazy in the afternoon. If I don't
energy.
finish stuff in the morning hours, I get very lazy in the afternoons.
Is there okay? Here's the thing: people will sometimes attribute the lack of discipline to, differences in personality. Wanasemanga the type A personality are the ones who have that kind of structure, who are kind of that rigid, who can adopt that type of structure in their lives and flourish. And then there's a type of people who they just go with the flow, whatever comes in. And then I'm just like, isn't that kind of making an excuse though for that the things that you don't want to change per se that you might be in a position to change? Because I get it when you're doing something, say for example, you work late hours because maybe that's when there's usually a lot of business or there's a lot of clients, or maybe that's just the structure that demands so that your clock has changed such that you're able to do things later rather than early in the day. And so that does not mean you are necessarily less disciplined, but it means as though you have adopted a different. But then there's people who say that I'm just go with the flow. I don't have a structure. I just do whatever it is that I feel like doing. And I think that's, and when you attribute that to personality and you say that this type of personality is the only ones that can be disciplined, then it's kind of a victimhood mentality of saying, I am bound. It's just my personality problem. That's why I'm not disciplined.
I think it's an excuse.
Yeah.
Personality has nothing to do with discipline.
Yeah.
Personality has nothing. Look at it in the grand scheme of things. Personality has nothing to do with discipline.
Yeah.
If it was so, then a certain personality would make the top 10% of people. So that means that the guys who succeed
Must be
from a certain must be a certain personality type. It has nothing to do with discipline. Discipline is outside your personality. What you do is you curate yourself to fit. Let's say, for example, there are guys who say I am introverted, so I'm lazy because I'm introverted. You see, that is blame shifting. just because you are an introvert and you like sitting indoors does not excuse all the disciplines that is required of an individual. Like in computer studies, garbage in, garbage out. If you do not adopt certain disciplines as a human being, you would, even blaming it on personality won't help. You cannot say that there is this. Let's just talk about the personalities first, and then I will those kind of people. Then I'll talk about them.
Okay, so
I don't want to start. I've been told I don't want to people to say that I'm attacking. So
so we're trying to
they'll
not
come
be,
for me.
They'll come for you. So
I am afraid.
What we're trying to say is the dangerous narrative here is trying to say that these people
Yes.
who are of this personality type
Yes.
cannot be disciplined.
Have you met people who say that I come from a family of generational curses? In our family, we don't succeed. No, that is not true. That is not true. Have you ever heard these things? People from our home don't go to school or they don't do well in business. That's victim mentality.
It is.
You are an individual. Even if you are twins, you don't share the same fingerprints. You are unique the way you are. And God has made you uniquely so. And God has something that you ought to do. You have some value that you ought to give to this world. If you are not living up to that potential, it is you to blame.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a time when people will sit down and say, I've messed up.
Yeah.
I am a loser because I have messed up. Now, we say the first rule of therapy is acceptance.
Acceptance.
First you accept.
Otherwise, you'll never get to the
Yes.
stages of
It's
grief.
not your
If
personality, you're just lazy.
You'll always be in denial.
Yes.
Yeah.
First accept that I have messed up. I have lived a lazy life. I have been lazy. I don't like to work. I don't like doing this. It's not your family. Your family has nothing to do with how you turn out. You are actually 100% responsible for how you turn out. Don't blame your father. My father did this. You could have grown up in a single mother household. That doesn't mean that you cannot make something out of yourself. We need to come out of those stereotypes or what. We need to come out of those narratives. And we convince ourselves long enough about how we are not going to do stuff because of where we come from to the point that we own it. And I have come to discover that our minds are very powerful. We are very powerful minds. Whatever we tell ourselves, Steve, and it's not prosperity gospel, the name it and claim it. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about what you consciously tell yourself every day. What you consciously tell. Do you know I have personally grown up being told that I'll never amount to anything. I have been told that. I remember there's a teacher who told me that in the presence of my father. But I was not a good kid then.
Unakubali.
Yes, I was
Acceptance.
I was a tricky boy. I was a tricky guy. I used to fake sickness so much so that I don't go to school. So, and the excuse I used to give myself is that I have low immunity.
Yeah. But you see, that's true. Because someone would say, I had someone who I looked up to tell me that I couldn't be that thing that I wanted to become.
Yeah.
And when you have framed that in your mind as the law, and that is, then there's a very good chance if you frame your mind to think that way, that is what you will become.
Let me tell you.
And now that you will be responsible for not what that person said. And I think that's what you need to detach
from. There is nothing as good, and I tell people, there is nothing as good or nothing that gives me fuel like naysayers. I grew up in a rough neighborhood where crime was the order of the day. And there are people who told me, you're going to be a criminal. I had negativity long enough to know how to use it. The people that I like the most, not like as in love, I have a warm feeling towards them, but I like them to be part of my life, are people who tell me that I will not amount to anything. Because that is the start of me proving them wrong.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. When I started working out, I started gym and I made up my mind one day that I'm going to be working out every day of my life. I post the picture on Instagram. I look like I don't look anything like someone who is working out. So nimeenda pale, I've taken some very small weights. They're pumping and...
You have those videos still, eh?
Yes. I have that comment. I go to that comment when I want motivation. This guy went and told me, my friend, what are you lifting? You're lifting nothing. Pull up your socks. And it is day one. He told me I'm lifting nothing. Pull up your... And he's a friend of mine. I don't see him nowadays. I don't see him 3 years later.
Yeah.
I don't see him telling me now you can lift heavy. You see, those guys play a very good, an important role in your life.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of people coming at you and saying negative things about you. You ignore. You should have a very huge ignore button. Everywhere you go, whenever people are saying some negative things about you, press that button. Press that button. Learn to listen to those things long enough for them to not have any effect on you.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I live a life where you have an opinion of me. This is the question I ask myself. How well do you know me? If you know nothing about me, my friend, you can knock yourself out. You can say whatever you want. Listen to those things. They hurt. I'm not saying that I am immune to to the negative. They hurt. But get hurt and prove them wrong.
Yeah.
If there are people, I struggle. I wake up very early every morning to prove wrong are those guys. You can't do it. Another one now after working out came. You know, I put all my workout videos on TikTok. Then all of a sudden they become lifestyle auditors. Now they come and tell me, now change, at least post something else. You're posting that TikTok page is for gym videos. What else do you want me to post there? You will see Monday leg day, Tuesday chest, Wednesday back, Thursday shoulders, Friday arms. Every time you'll go to my TikTok page,
Nivo.
that is what you will see for as long as the Lord allows.
For as long as you have strength.
If you have a problem with it, skip. Don't. But they have a good place. For example, I received some messages. There is the post I put on an episode we put. We had a shot of. You remember when I said we are living in a country we are buying liabilities? I can read you the comment. Let me just read you so that it doesn't look like something I am making up.
Yeah.
This is somebody who inboxed me when I posted, and it's actually there. Boss, uko na platform but unateta, give solutions kaka. Then he feels like that message has not hit home enough. He comes again. No answer. Me, I didn't respond.
You didn't respond.
No answer. Akakuja, ukitumiwa hii video utasema aje? Ananiuliza nikitumiwa a video of myself talking about how buying liabilities is not a flex. Be an example to give solutions and not looking for problems. So, in short, this guy is telling me, shut up. He's telling me, stop sharing these things.
Yeah.
But that does not erase the fact that we have assets and we have liabilities. Assets, put money in your pocket. Liabilities, take money away from your pocket. That message, whenever you share a message, let me take you to the book of Acts, when Paul used to go and preach. Paul would go to Athens. When he preaches the gospel, 2 things used to happen. No, 3 things used to happen. 1, some believed. 2, there was a riot. 3, there were those who were indifferent. We would like to hear more. So some will believe. Whenever you present your craft, Steve, you're a psychologist. Whenever you talk to people and you counsel them, let's say, for example, you decided now you're going to create videos of you teaching people about psychology of human beings and all those things. These are the 3 things you're going to receive. And you will receive them in equal measure. there will be a riot. A riot are those people who will insult you. They will insult you. You can wake up in the morning today, Steve, and say that Jesus is Lord or have a nice day. Someone will come to the comment section and ask you, what is nice about
What
the
is
day?
nice
Why
about-
are you telling us to have a nice day? Who told you the day is nice? So you'll receive a riot. There are others who will believe you. They will listen to your message and they will say, this guy is making sense. I would like to hear more. And those are the guys who come to inbox and ask you, I have this question, I have this. They have believed in the message that you've given.
And honestly, unless they're not listening,
Yes.
we try to be very practical.
Yes.
We try to be very practical even in the solutions that people are giving. Because first of all, hard truths are hard. That's
Yes,
why
they are
they are
hard.
called hard
Yeah,
truths.
yeah.
You can't run away from the reality. If
Yes.
say, for example, you've done something that was is to show, we bring it back home.
Yeah.
If you did something that is to show you didn't have discipline in that particular moment,
Yeah.
then accept that this is a moment that you
Yeah.
did not show discipline or
Yeah.
did not live according to the principles of discipline. And fine, the mistake was made, but that's not to say that that mistake defines you.
Yeah.
It's not to say that you can't recover. Because I think another thing about, you talked about the scarcity mindset and the
Abundance.
abundance mindset. And there are people who believe that, honestly, even if all their wealth was taken away, even if they were to start from zero at the point that they are, they would still be able to make something of themselves. They will still be able to get to that place where they got before because they have the belief that they got there before. They learned the mistakes. They can still get there again.
I read in a book that if you, at this time, we are 9 billion people approximately in the world. I read in a book that if today, if everyone was given, let me use it in Kenya shillings. If every one of us in Kenya was given 1 million shillings today, 1 million, everyone, and we say we reduce whatever amount you have, we give everyone 1 million shillings. In 10 years, those who are currently rich right now will be rich. Those who are currently poor will be poor. Because poverty is not about amount of money you have. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's not about the money, the amount of money you have. That's why I told you, if you're a fool and you are rich, you're a rich fool. You become like that. There is a parable in the Bible of the rich fool. And you could see why he is called the rich fool. Why he is called a fool.
Yeah.
Because of where he has put his heart to. Where his heart is. Where his treasure is. So it's poverty and being rich is not an issue of the amount of money you have.
Yeah.
It's an issue of your mindset and what you do with what you have. If you got money today, Steve, and all you're buying is liabilities, you are going to soon part with your money. As sure as the sun rises
fool
from
and
the
his
west,
wealth.
it rises from the west and sets in the east.
East sets in the west.
Rises in the east and sets in the west. As sure as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, you will part with your money. Because money is behavioral. And I have seen this practically from the book. If you even read the book like The Psychology of Money, you will see it practically. Those people that you think, there are people that are wealthy, that have, and I'm not talking about people who get wealth from stealing. You get an office, a political office, and then you steal. No, those are not typical example of wealth generation.
yeah.
I'm talking about those people who have started from the ground, who have built their wealth, who their wealth can be explained. Those are the people I'm talking about, because there are those that you cannot explain their source of wealth.
Yeah.
Now, these people will tell you that it is discipline. There is how you behave with money. Money is feminine. Why I say power, money, and relationships use the same concept. Money is feminine. Let me explain. Power. You chase for power, it is running away from you. You run after power, it is running away from you. You run after women, they are running away from you. You run after money, it is running away from you. What person, the question is, what kind of person ought you to be for you to have these things?
To attract the things.
Yes, you
rather
attract
than-
these things. power is attracted. Is picked up, but it is attracted. Women, if you are a man, are attracted, not chased. You have to get to a point in life, and there is that point in life where it is the lady sliding into your DM. Not the other way around. And when you tell this to some other men, it will be like, this is a very strange phenomenon. You mean a beautiful lady would slide into my DM? Unimaginable. No. But
Hiyo ni uongo.
Yes, hiyo ni uongo. They cannot. They can and they do. No, they can and they do. They can and they do. And money now. You attract money. How do you attract money? By providing value. I have told our crew members many times, money follows value. Whenever you're trying to start a business, stop worrying about the money you will make. That's why people end up eating stock.
Yeah.
That's why people end up closing those businesses. Because as you're opening that business, you're thinking about the thing it should give you. A business is like a child. It has to grow, Steve.
It has to be nourished.
It has to be nourished. It has to eat from you for 18 years. Like children come to your life and you will feed them for 18 and even beyond that. Until a time, if it is an investment and a good investment, it's like planting a seed into the soil. You first bury it. When a seed is buried inside the soil, inside the earth, there is no hope. People can move and pass there and they will not see nothing. When you hit the gym the first day, you will see nothing. First week, you will see nothing, Steve. Second week, you will see nothing. Third week, you will see nothing. And many people, that's why you see many people give up very quickly. You will see nothing. But get to the 6th month, then people start looking at you in a funny way. They start seeing some changes in your body. Your body starts changing over time.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of time. There are guys who say, and these guys can tell you, there are guys who say that I use supplements. There are even those who say that I use steroids. Ati huyu anajidunga. Steve, I use nothing, including the healthy ones. You see, like creatine is not really bad. And I can't use it for health reasons. I can't use creatine for health reasons. So when you bury that seed in the sand, in the soil, it will take time. Now, when you're starting a business, you must understand that it will take time. Now, that is where discipline is nurtured. That's where discipline is trained, because discipline is not something you're born with. Nobody is born disciplined.
No.
You actually train yourself.
As a matter of fact, you're born very indisciplined.
Very indisciplined. Our education system assumes that children are liars. They are hateful people. They are vengeful people. It assumes that. Do you teach people what they have or what they don't have? You teach people what they don't have. School system, education system believes that when a child enters a school, he is indisciplined. That's why they have to be taught to discipline. He's a liar. That's why they have to be taught honesty. He's a thief. That's why they have to be told to be honest. That is the assumption. I am saying that is the assumption that our children are indisciplined. Hence, we have to teach them discipline. Our children are liars. Hence, we have to teach them honesty, or to speak the truth. Our children are thieves. Hence, we have to teach them not to steal. So we teach people what they don't have. We don't teach them what they have. Yeah. If they had discipline, there was no need for teaching values of discipline. So that is the same thing. I was talking about the business. When you open that business, you must understand this. It will eat you. It will eat your soul. It will eat your spirit. It will crush you before it starts making any sense. And that's why I say one of the things or the teachings that I teach on money is don't take a loan for a startup. Don't take a loan to start a business. There are those businesses that have succeeded from loans. I'm not saying this is a one-way traffic, there are those businesses that have succeeded from loans, and people have been able to repay back their loans. But 95% of the businesses fail when you start them like that. You nurture. When you're starting a business, you're setting up. There is a cost of setting up. If it is a brick and mortar business.
Yeah.
So you have to set up. The better, the more money you want from that business, the more money you will put in. If you want to have a restaurant where people will pay premium, then you have to make the business premium. So that means it will take a lot of your money. And you go and set up. By the time you are opening, the first day you're opening that business, you are at negative something.
Significant
negative significant amount. You see?
Yeah.
Now from there, you're going to bring staff. Because I am in management school, and management has functions of management. My lecturer anaweza kasirika sana. Controlling, yes. One of the functions of management is staffing. Now you have set up. Now you need people. Those people are not coming to work for you for free. You're supposed to pay them, isn't it? So you bring them there to your business. The entrepreneur is the last to be paid. He's the last to be paid. He's the one who does everything and gets the money the last. So now you bring workers. How much is your salary? And it is a recurrent expenditure. That brick and mortar business you've set up, recurrent expenditure electricity, recurrent expenditure rent if you don't own the place, recurrent expenditure tax.
Yeah.
And then you bring in people. You're still paying them. So if you have no money, if you have taken a loan, did you factor in recurrent expenditure? You'll be paying them from that. And then now the business starts bringing in kidogo. When it brings in, who are the first people to receive that money? Your staff. Not you. Not you. So you start growing that discipline, and I like it. I like the risk of business. I just like it.
Honestly, it's not in everyone, but yes.
I just love seeing things come from ground. One example, this studio. It was set up. It was not set up for free. There is money that went into setting it up. But when will we see the rewards?
Yeah, see, we were just turning a year, not a couple of months ago.
Our videos have 100, 200 views. But that is what growth is.
Yeah.
When you sit there and you endure, that's when you develop discipline. If you can endure that discipline of starting a business, why will a lady leaving you be a problem? Why would it be a problem? Why would you want to unalive yourself because someone has left you? When you have gone, and that's why I said power, business, relationships have the same dynamics. If you succeed and learn the disciplines, you just need to learn the disciplines in one area.
And the principles are applied across
that principle is applied across all areas. Let's go to relationships. Here is a lady who what do you say? She is your entire world. She's my whole world. I see those. I have inboxes. I see those.
Oh, those are the words that
I can't live without you. Say that to a holy and a righteous God. Like you're looking at someone, you're telling them you can't live without them, and there is a God in heaven just looking at you. Okay. Did you just say you cannot live without her? So let's test it.
Let's take her away.
Let's take her away. And they live. Once you have learned these disciplines of endurance, you will learn them. You will apply them across all these things. In your relationships, you will just find yourself getting, and that's why many masculinity coaches, and people don't understand why when you go to a masculinity coach and you tell them that you are going through a heartbreak, or you are hurting, or you have been left, they tell you to go hit the gym. Why do you think people direct you to go hit the gym?
Build testosterone, build that.
Build discipline.
Worth.
Yes.
Personal, yeah.
Build discipline. When you go there in the gym, what you teach yourself in the gym is to live through pain and enjoy it. That's what gym teaches you. To live through pain and enjoy it. It is not fun lifting weights. Today in the morning I was lifting weights. You think I was happy? When you're lifting those weights, you feel pain. It's painful. As you're moving through the reps, you feel that pain. But you get used to the pain. You get used to it. When you make pain a friend, you grow. Because muscles grow in tension. When you put a lot of tension in your muscles, you grow. Now, when you get used to that pain of working out, other pains become something
Bearable.
you're familiar with it. I'm not saying that the pain goes away when you're left.
Oh, it will be there.
doesn't. It will be there.
Yeah.
But you will have a different relationship with it. You will have a different relationship with pain. You see? So pain is not a bad thing. Pain is not a negative thing. Pain is not a negative thing. And I learned this the hard way, Steve. I learned this the hard way, that pain is not necessarily a negative thing.
And here's why we are here, so that you don't
Yes.
have to live through the experience of learning it the hard way.
As a man, Steve, you can lose everything. Within a day, you can lose everything. It doesn't matter what empire you have built.
It cannot
These
go
people
away.
who keep showing off, you can lose it in a day.
Yeah.
Do you have the shock absorbers to live through that pain? Unbearable pain. The pain of betrayal is unbearable.
Yeah.
It's
Because
strong
as
pain.
long as we're in this world, we will experience loss. We will
Yes.
experience those moments.
Yes. Yes. So, have you made pain your friend? If you make pain your friend, you don't become a robot. Because there are people who think that now we are teaching you on how to make a man, the science of robotics. No. You just become familiar with it. You just know how to relate with it. So for me, when I go through loss, I grieve. I have my own way of grieving. I grieve that loss, but I'll not do it for a long time. It will be for a while. And the good thing with it is, once you are over it, you're over and done with it.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, I was telling men, when a woman ghosts you, you become a ghost. You teach yourself actively to become a ghost. It is not something that you'll have at day one. No.
It takes discipline.
Coming from a double texter to a paragraph, from a paragraph writer, a storyteller, those people who write paragraphs.
From a poet.
From a poet. As if what we were to take those, coming from that as a man.
Yeah.
You see, expression, for me, I have no problem with ladies writing long. And when I see a lady being emotional, I don't take it against them, because that is in their nature. They are in their waters, emotional waters. If they write at length, if they send you long messages, if they cry as they are talking, I don't have a problem with that as much, because they are in their domain. That's where they operate. Initially, I used to assume that women can be like men, but they can't. That's where they operate. I have a problem with a man doing that. I have a problem with a man double texting. I have a problem with a man writing long messages. I have a problem with a man taking a camera and putting it in front of him and being emotional in the camera. I have a problem with that. Why? Because that is not the environment God created us to operate. If we all were swimming in emotional, in a sea of emotions, this world would be done.
It would, and I think
Because
the
if I have a
yeah.
gun, you talk to me badly, I get emotional, I shoot you.
You should. If
I'm
you
a
see someone
president-
driving terribly.
Yes.
You race after them and then
Yes.
you crash your car.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you check. It is something that you now imagine, because I've dealt with those men, and one of them sent me when they sent it, one of them sent me on TikTok their message, and from the way they were writing, there are those guys who write long messages to try and convince the other person. So coming from that person, because I was also that guy. Did I show you my messages on?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I was that guy who used to write those long messages. Now, coming from that to getting to a place where you are okay not expressing yourself that much is the journey. That is where discipline is. It is something you train yourself.
Okay.
If you want to text today, if you are trying to practice how to be a ghost, if you have never been a ghost, you cannot be a perfect ghost. Tomorrow, maybe day one, you will want to text, and you will end up texting.
I think if the number is still there,
You'll still text. I at some point I had a number memorized, my friend.
Hey, so hata kudelete isaidi.
Mwenyezi Mungu wa baraka kubwa kubwa na ndogo ndogo amenitoa mbali. No, I had the number memorized. I had it here.
You're in the pits.
Yes, I was in the pits. And the more I followed, the more I chased, the more she despised me. The greater her I look at that Silas, I look at that guy, and I can almost try to reach out and slap him and hit him. Because the more the society tells you that this is how you ought to behave as a man towards a woman. If you behave like that, the results are so bad, you end up feeling like garbage when all is said and done. Because you will chase after, you will run after. Do you know there are men who wake up in the morning to go to Instagram to slide into ladies' DM? They just see a picture of a beautiful lady. Hey, there's a reggae song here. Hey. They are always there. They are always in ladies' DMs. Steve, you need to get to a point where you don't have that time. Like, you would genuinely want to slide.
Structure. This is what we're talking about. The structure is what allows you.
Yes.
Because if you know you're supposed to be somewhere doing something, and that is there's a goal that you have set in your mind that this is what I want to achieve. We looked at the story of three people last week. We looked at Miyamoto Musashi, the swordsman who never lost a duel. Started at when he was like 13, his first duel. Back in the 15th century or so. Japanese swordsman. We looked at the sushi chef, Jiro Ono, from Japan as well.
Yeah.
He's over 90, I think he's around 100 years now. Still alive and still very disciplined in perfecting the craft of making sushi. There is Benjamin Franklin, started out in printing, press and all that, and improved that craft. And ultimately, his writing or his printing got him to be one of the faces printed on the American $100 bill. To be a person who was the founding fathers of the United States of America, having written the Declaration of Independence, or being one of the people who authored that, as well as the American Constitution. So you're just looking at those people who had very, very specific targets that they set from themselves. They saw that they could achieve this. And they said in their mind, you know what, I can achieve this. And they put the structures in and around to make sure that they are not moving away from the target. Because if the target is not visible, if it cannot be imagined, if it's not seen, then that is where now you are a slave to whatever. And you lack discipline. Because there is nothing that you're working towards. Or what you're working towards is not objectively something that you should be putting as the be-all and end-all. Because right now we're saying Christ is the goal. Christ is the ultimate goal. You're focusing on quotes in quotes getting this particular lady as your ultimate goal. What happens when you get them? Do you now stop being what you were before? Because now you have gotten them and the goal now shifts. You see now that's a misframed type of thinking and mindset.
And before you even continue, let me just tell guys about failing when you're looking for discipline.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up if you fail. if let's say you're trying to apply masculine roles, these things don't come overnight.
Yeah.
The same way while training,
Yeah.
building muscles doesn't happen overnight. Even building mental muscles
Yeah.
doesn't happen overnight. You will not wake up one day, Steve, and you're stoic in your emotional control.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you lose it. Don't beat yourself about losing it. Learn. This is what I tell myself.
Yeah.
I have messed up. Sawa. I have learned. What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
I got emotional. Even now, even this time, I sometimes get emotional, my friend. I sometimes lose it and get emotional. When I go and revisit the situation, I tell myself, "Enyewe there, you acted in a very
Ulifanya ile
emotional.
kitu.
That guy won. You are very emotional." So this is something that we wrestle with every day. It is a discipline that you're building.
Yeah.
And discipline will never come overnight. Today, you might tell yourself, Steve, that you want to have control of your emotions. Maybe you are a person who was struggling with anger. You know, I was that guy.
Yeah.
I was that guy who used to struggle with anger. Maybe you're a person who has anger issues.
Yeah.
And you want to overcome that. You will fail in the process of overcoming that. You will lose your temper at some point. You will lose it. Don't beat yourself about it. Learn. Just be very conscious of the times and the events that caused you to lose your, if it is temper, to lose your temper. And then try to work yourself through those areas. For example, I used to get very angry when someone disrespects or says something that would hurt my feelings. I would get very angry. And I'd be very animated in my anger. So when you realize that this is what I do,
Yeah.
whenever that situation presents itself, because it's coming again, you now tell yourself, in this coming situation, I'm not going to do that. And you see the result of not doing it. You see the result of not having an emotional outburst.
Yeah.
And then you tell yourself, this is the result. Now you amplify it. You will fail in the process, but don't worry.
Yeah.
That is part of learning. You must, as much as I'm telling you to be a friend of pain, be also a friend of failure. By a friend of failure doesn't mean that now you excuse the failure.
Yeah.
Learn. I failed here. Ask yourself those questions. Why did I fail? What did I do that caused me to fail? And then now start rebuilding from there. When you are not afraid of failure, because fear of failure is failure in itself. Because we are not perfect. We are not robots that we produce 100%. And even robots have a margin of error. We or even computers. We don't have that 100% accuracy. So you will fail in your quest. The thing is, are you on course? Do you want to go on this journey? Do you want to go on the journey of discipline? Do you want to have things that you live by? You will fail. I guarantee you, you will fail. But that is okay.
Do you remember the story when we were talking about resilience?
Yes.
If Ernest Shackleton, when walikuwa wameacha watu kwa island, wakaenda kutafuta usaidizi and they were knocked off course, such that they had to go to the other side of the island so that they could hike now to get to the... If they decided by then this is too hard and hata tunangangana nini hawa watu hawataishi, they won't be alive by even the time we're getting back, will they have saved those people in
They
that
wouldn't.
island? They will not have
They
saved.
wouldn't. They
would have said this is too hard.
Yeah.
We've been thrown off course. It's maybe hata tunaambiwa tusijaribu, we shouldn't try and save them.
One day I went to do an event at GSU in Mombasa Road. You know GSU, where, not Mombasa Road, GSU camp, where there is the military, GSU and AP. The training school. I went to do an event at the GSU. It was during Kibaki's time when he was the president. And I was actually setting up for the pass out.
Deco, yeah?
Yes. So I went there and I was given, using my ladder. And then one of those officers, he was a high-ranking officer, came. And he had me say, hey, nimechoka. Told me, kijana, hapa hakunanga kitu kama hiyo. Hapa hakunanga mambo ya kuchoka. But what he did for me, he ended up giving me 3 GSU recruits to be carrying the ladder. So they were carrying the ladder as I was doing. But that has never left my mind.
How he said it.
He told me hapa hakunanga kitu kama hiyo. It does not exist. And true, when I was in that training school, there was a lady who had a plaster. She had, I think, broken something on her leg. So she had that cast. You need to cast. And the group, I don't know how they were called, their group was marching. She was following them in crutches. She was not sitting down. They were telling me that, and I asked one officer, why would this lady is clearly injured. Why is she marching with the rest? She would march even if they are far, they would leave her behind. She would follow
Continue,
them, get to where they're getting and come.
And get back.
This officer told me if she's in the bushes there and she gets injured, will the enemy understand that she's injured? No. So you have to do it. Discipline is that. I have to do it. Whether I like it, you do it when you like it, you do it when you hate it, you do it when you're happy, you do it when you're sad, you do it anyway. You keep doing it. That's why I've been able to to work out for 3 years consecutively without ever stopping. Even when I travel with my weights. I put them in the car. Whenever I go. Yes, I put my weights in the car. In the morning, if it is shoulders, I am with the weights. Why? Because you have to do it. And that is how growth comes. And you will find you live a very fulfilling life when you can look at something grow. That's why I told you, I love startups. I love starting something from scratch. When we were starting our YouTube page, right now we are at 1.4K, I think, subscribers. We would post a video and 10 people would watch, and I would be okay with that. You see, it is something that once you build it across one area, and I would advocate for men to build it across the physical area. The gym will teach you things books will never teach you. That gym has been my transformation of my life. And all those principles, I transport them to, I apply them across everything in my life. So that's generally how you build it.
All right. So let's look at the life of Benjamin Franklin. I want us to zero in on this individual and examine some of the things that happened in his life. So at just the age of 20, he worked towards creating a set of rules that would allow him to essentially be a better person.
Okay.
And that is one of the most impressive things about this guy's story. His constant desire for improving and living by principles that would help him to move on the trajectory that he was on. Now, he came up with these 13 virtues, and we will look at them one after the other. And I want you guys to think about how you are maybe not adopting or showing this virtue in your life and seeing whether that is something that you can work on, because that's the whole point. So virtue number 1 is temperance. Temperance. And the quote that is there is, eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation.
Nice.
An individual should not overindulge in food or drink. It's a very simple principle. The first virtue essentially sets the tone for the rest. He believed that temperance allowed the mind and the body to work at an optimal level, making the other virtues possible. So, if you have moderation, because temperance is basically moderation, it's self-control, and it's actually one of the fruits of the Holy Spirit. It's in the fruit of the Holy Spirit, rather.
I agree with this 100%. It was what we were talking about before we started recording. He said, eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation. Yeah. Now, as someone who was very indisciplined when it comes to eating, I was extremely indisciplined. I would take breakfast, heavy breakfast. Heavy to the point that you just want to sleep after, and it is in the morning.
It's not helping you.
It's not helping you. So heavy breakfast, come to the office, tea is served. I took breakfast at 8, tea is served at 10. That tea, I would buy some few chapatis here and there, and I would take it.
Take it.
2
With
hours
sugar.
later, lunch is served. Heavy lunch. And I would steal it. After that, there is 4 o'clock tea. I would go for the chapatis. And then I would still eat the chapatis with 4 o'clock tea. And then I would go and eat heavy supper. 5 meals a day. You are what you eat. There is no genes. If you are overweight, it is the remedy is not surgery, is what you eat. We have gotten into a time in our society where we cannot call out our behaviors. And that's why they are killing us. You're not overweight because you have genes or low metabolism. You are like that because you're eating too much. That is your body.
You're eating more than your
Yes,
body needs.
that is your body.
Because that's the evidence.
Yes, it is your body telling you that you are ingesting too much. Because fat is stored in these areas. I told you where those areas where fat is stored. When
Residual
you see,
fat.
yes, when you see them being stored there, it is your body telling you that you're bringing in more than we require. So how do you remedy that? Do you know, I saw a video on TikTok. There's crazy stuff in this world. I saw a video on TikTok of a lady who was teaching other people how to get rid of fat.
Yeah.
You know what she did? And I think even some of these content creators posted it. She took oil, cooking oil, and applied it on her belly. And then took that pan. You see that one for chapati, making chapatis.
Guy.
And then she started doing this. Yes. You will do that until Jesus Christ comes back. If you continue eating the way you are eating, you are not going to change. It is this that comes in that causes us to bulge. So how do we correct that? You know, we have gotten addicted to food. We don't need as much food as we do eat. Steve, we don't need... I didn't believe this. As someone who was eating 5... Believe me when I tell you as someone who was eating 5 meals a day. Believe me, we don't need as much food as we put into our mouth. And at that time, was I becoming obese?
Yeah.
I was obese. I went to a doctor and they told me, my friend, you are obese. No, it was not that exaggerated obesity, but I was obese. Look at me now and look at me then.
You were off trajectory.
I would have easily said it was genes. It was genes. It is this genes. Then I look for an obese person in our family. And then I say, you see even him. My uncle or my grandfather's... my grandfather's girlfriend was obese. You see, start saying those things. And he says, eat not to dullness. Do you know, why do we eat? Why should we eat? What is the purpose of food to our bodies? Nourishment. Nourishment. You get the essential, I'm not a biologist or anything or a doctor, you get the essential minerals that your body requires to grow. Isn't it? So, we eat for fun. And food is so addictive, especially carbohydrates. They're very addictive. If you keep putting things in your mouth, you will keep putting them in your mouth. You get addicted to it. You now start finding pleasure out of food. So he says, eat not to dullness. Just eat to nourish your body. And drink not to elevation. Kenyans.
Kwanza we're in October. You know there's many holidays.
Holiday season is coming.
It's coming. The best month in the year.
People cannot control what they drink. Now we are talking about alcohol. People drink to finish. And I'm telling you that as a person who was there. One day, I've talked about GSU when we went to do the deco. One day we went to do East African Breweries end year party in Mtwapa, Mombasa. I was a young man in the prime of my life. Whenever and you know it was EABL, so drinks were there in plenty. And we were crew members. I was there with my friend. I know Steve will watch this. Steve-O, nakumbuka. We went there for 1 week, Monday to Sunday. I didn't realize the days passing because as long as I was not setting up, I was drunk. Unashtuka, leo ni Thursday. It is Thursday. You see, as long as you are not setting up, you're drunk. We kill our bodies when we do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
and remember, your body is not just functioning so that you eat.
Yes.
The eating is not the end goal. You're eating so that you get nourishment. Why are you getting nourishment? Because you need the nourishment for thinking. So if you're eating to dullness, isn't it counterproductive?
It is counterproductive.
If you are not able to work because you have eaten, if you can't be able to think because you have eaten, then how is it helping you?
Yeah. The last meal I took, and I didn't believe this is possible because some gym advisors keep telling you need to eat a whole goat before you go to gym. The last thing I ate was yesterday. It had some junk in it, but it was yesterday. Lunch. Yeah? It's right now is morning. I have worked out and lift heavy. You can go to TikTok and check my videos. I've lifted heavy and I've not eaten a thing. Do I look like I am dying? No. And I'm not fasting for religious purposes. No. I've just come up with a discipline. I read somewhere called 18-6. 18-6 is a good discipline if you want to lose weight. You try this for a month. Try this for 2 months and go and have a weighing scale in your house and see if you'll not if those genes you're blaming will not disappear. So I eat between 11 and 4. That's the eating period. And between 11 and 4, I can eat as much as I want to eat. But from there, I am done. See, this lady has just brought samosas here and discipline. Even though I wanted to indulge, discipline says, I will not touch those samosas. I will not touch them. And you see, you lose weight. I went down I was at some point 95 kgs.
It's well over your BMI. Well over. You're in obese, by the way.
Yes. 95. Right now, I weigh between 75, 78. When I eat too much, I get to 80, which is well within my BMI. So, when we should start calling these things what they are, we are what we eat. If you see someone who's oversized, nowadays they call plus size to try and
make it more consumer friendly.
Yes. Sin is sin. Gluttony pia is a sin.
Yeah.
So, if you are that size, is there hope? Yes.
There is.
There is a lot of hope. There is a lot of it. As long
I
as
really
you're
love those videos, by the way, where I've seen someone consistently go, unaona anaonyesha the start and the end.
Yes.
And you're like, goodness.
Yes.
And then it usually takes time because it's never a 1 month of atio. They show you years. Some people will show you like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
I'm now going to 4 years, to my 4th year. I'm in my 3rd year of working out. And how much weight have I lost? From 95 to 80. 15 kgs, 3 years.
Hey.
There are some guys who are paying right now. So I told you if I started videos on how to get abs in 7 days. Go to YouTube, they're there. How to get abs in 7 days. There are those videos there. I will sell. But imagine I create a poster, get your abs in 3 years of consistent working and eating 1 meal a day. Nobody will sign up. Nobody will sign up for those things. People don't like that stuff.
No one, not one person.
Yes.
You'll see business model, my friend. Virtue number 2, silence. Speak not but what may benefit others or yourself. We kind of touched on this last time. Speak not but what may benefit others or yourself. Avoid trifling conversation. So Franklin learned the importance of listening at his self-organized club meetings. He could easily talk for hours, but it offered little in the way of learning. Rather, he realized that to acquire knowledge, he must instead listen, which often meant silence.
Yes. that we can do a few. We can do like two more,
yeah,
and then we will still continue with this is our show, and we are talking about discipline, and it is the most important thing of our life. So we'll continue with it even from there. Silence. If only people shut up, there is so much that we don't learn. Depending on where I am, I sometimes talk. There are people who would say that I talk a lot, I speak a lot, and there are those that will tell you that I'm a very quiet person. There are those that will tell you, does he even speak to people? There are those who will ask you that. The way you know me is very different from the way people in other circles know me. Why? Because it depends with the environment that we are in. We get to, if only people learned how to keep quiet, you'd learn a lot about people. 2 ears, one mouth, for a reason. To listen twice as much as you speak. Twice as much as you speak. People reveal a lot of stuff if only you are silent enough to
listen.
To listen.
And people don't listen.
People don't listen.
People want to be heard.
Yes.
Typically, you don't want to hear what someone else is going through.
Yes.
Or someone else's story.
Yes.
I remember speaking to someone and saying, we are usually the protagonist in our own story. We are the good guys. And sometimes we forget so much that our story is not complete unless it involves other people in it. And for you to make connections, for you to be able to actually be in people's life, you need to be someone who listens to people first.
Yes. You have to listen. There are some rooms I enter, there are some rooms I get in, or there is a meeting I have with someone and I don't speak. If you want someone to have fun, Steve, Mulienda Sunday Social for getting people. Maybe there is someone who's watching us and you got this lady in the Sunday Social.
By the way, that's a very good experiment.
If you want this lady to have fun, I know you have scheduled a date with a lady. Take her on a date and shut up.
Say less.
Yes, because you see, especially when a man is with a lady, we like to show off. We like to try and convince them. Convince them of how good we are by talking endlessly. If you keep talking endlessly, and we talk about ourselves, you're killing attraction. That lady who's agreed to go with you on a date was attracted to you when she knew nothing about you. Stop talking your way out of the relationship.
Stop convincing her out of it.
Stop convincing her why she should not be with you. She liked you by just looking at you. She saw someone, a mysterious figure.
Nimekumbuka story ule the Roman guy. Was a general.
Yes. She's seen a mysterious figure. She's liked you. So attraction is here. Before you said anything. Attraction is here. So you wanted to stay here.
Or go up.
Or go up.
Yes.
You wanted to stay here or go up. How to make it go down is keep talking. People love themselves so much. Robert Greene says it. I have seen it because I practice the things I read. People love to talk about themselves a lot. If you just gave people the chance to talk about themselves, they would love you to death. There was a rumor here that I used to take guys on dates. Just out, let's go have a meal. You know what I used to do? I used to go with people and we would sit down and I would ask them, tell me about yourself. And they would talk about themselves and talk about themselves. No wonder when I called for the second date, they would come. Because people would have fun. So give them that opportunity. If it is a lady, let her talk. They love talking. Let her talk. Just shut up, Njogona. Shut up. Just
yours is to create the right conditions for them to feel
and I'm not saying that you be that awkward, weird person who's just looking at people and not talking. No. Ask her about herself. She will tell you. Say something small about yourself. There's someone who said, I watched this somewhere, he was saying, I don't remember it correctly, but let me just try to phrase the way he said it. When you're sitting down and pulling a conversation with people,
Yeah.
ask 2 questions, then give one complimentary remark, then ask 2 questions. So when you ask 2 questions, that person will talk the 80-20 rule. Let your date talk 80% of the time. And you do the 20% of
As
the
a
time.
man.
As a man. Ladies love to talk, my friend. Ladies love to talk, and they can talk. Just be a person who enjoys listening.
Listening is a skill, by the
Yes.
way. Active listening. But when you pick out, when someone says something, and then you pick out that it's interesting, and then they continue talking, and then you'll be like, oh, you've said so. This is quite interesting. I want to hear more about this.
Yes.
Listening to people allows, like, they will first of all note that you are attentive. That's one thing. That's very attractive. The second thing that they will note is that you are interested in whatever they're saying.
But the truth about you, you are a very good listener.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Hii nimelan kwa job, by the way.
You're a very good listener.
I have
Steve just looks at you and we keep talking. Why is it that when I want to rant, I call him? This guy listens. Eh? He just listens. I know you will listen. You see?
It's the job, man. It's the job. I have to
Yes.
listen, yeah.
So that is something that I'm training myself. I'm not there yet, but I'm training myself to listen. Because when you listen to people, in as much as they will have fun and they will tell you a lot about themselves. They will tell you a lot. You don't have to ask people, what is your favorite? They will it will come up in your conversation.
Yeah.
Just sit down, zip up, jogona, listen. Let her talk. 2 questions, 1 comment, 2 more questions. Tell me about yourself. Let them tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
Pick out something from them telling you about themselves. Then build a question on it. Yeah? When you build a question on it, something exciting, not interview. I'm not telling you, tell me about yourself. They're on for interview. No. Pick up something from what they said. Ask another question. Compliment. Give some comment based on what they said. You see? And keep doing it. And you will see the environment. And you're not there as an investigator. You're there to make that other person you're there to strengthen the attraction that they already have. So you want it to strengthen. Give them that chance. Don't convince them out of the relationship.
Yeah. And even this applies in leadership as well. Because even as a leader, it can be expected that you, quotes in quotes, know everything.
Yes.
And that is farthest from the truth. You do not know everything. And you will realize that very, very soon. But one thing that helps you build, one, the ability for people to problem solve and like have that team synergy is the ability to solve problems themselves and have solutions to problems that they are experiencing rather than depending on you for solutions.
Yeah.
So that allows them to learn. That allows you also to learn about the makeup of the people that you have.
Yeah.
Another thing it also allows to happen is people to feel more valuable.
Exactly.
Because they're like, we are trusted to deal with issues. So what can we do in this situation? And so it allows you to be the person who doesn't necessarily offer solutions all the time. Because trust me, you don't have the solutions to every single problem out there.
Yeah.
And some problems require that you rely on people who you might even be employing or be supervising. Yeah.
In my employment, and I know huyu jamaa unamwona na fidget because of time. In my employment, I like to ask the people I work with, what do you propose?
Yeah.
What do you think? Initially, I never used to ask that. But I've come to discover that people have such great ideas.
They do.
Sometimes people see things very differently from how you see it. I have learned that with my team. When I sit down with them, I would propose something, but I would very much like to hear what they have to say. And in the midst of that, you build a very good team. You like each other because, one, they feel that they are safe talking to you, even when you're wrong. I have been told on many occasions My team has disagreed with me on many occasions. I can easily flash I'm the boss card. I can flash that card. I don't think, very rarely will I do that. I only do that when it comes to something to do with discipline. When it comes to a discipline issue, where now we have to
Put
fight.
the foot down, yeah.
Yes, that is when I pull the boss card. But rarely do I. I ask them, what do you think about this? I tell my people, it's your call. You decide, then come and tell me what you have decided. And you make those people better, and you also become better. Because when the overall result is that you guys have succeeded, it's the team. Guys come from abroad to visit our teams. None of them has ever said anything negative about our team. And it is genuine. One guy came and told me, Silas, these guys have genuine respect for you. They respect you and they love you genuinely. That's what he said. And you have a lot of respect for them. That was his observation. Unsolicited. I never went to ask them, hey, what do you think? No, they told me, these guys genuinely respect and love you. And you also show them respect. So you have a great team. And when they go back, they give very good report about that. So listen to, keep
Learn
quiet.
to stay silent. That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Learn.
Keep quiet.
Yes, keep quiet. We can do one more before we finish. One or two more.
We can do one more. One more. Okay.
All right. So number 3 of the 13 virtues is order. Let all your things have their places. Let each part of your business have its time. Franklin was ambitious and he had many interests. This guy was an inventor as well. Yeah? He was an inventor. He believed that order would allow him to pursue all the things as long as they were done efficiently. While Franklin struggled with this virtue, he appreciated the idea behind it and worked to improve it. Yes, we can be multifaceted, we can be multi-talented, and sometimes it can be a crutch, it can be a pitfall as well to believe that you're so good and you can be good at everything, because that can also make you lose a bit of focus. But if things are in order, because here's the principle, it's not about filling your plate to the maximum.
Yeah.
It's about arranging the things on your plate such that this one has this portion of my time, this one has this portion of my time, this one requires this portion of my time, nani hivo. And so that now things are put in their place. And that allows you to prioritize. I've struggled with prioritizing, honestly. I know I have, for sure. Where and this is by the an evidence of where you struggle with prioritizing. When everything feels urgent, then there's a problem.
Okay.
Everything shouldn't feel as though it's
Yeah,
urgent or life and death.
True.
It shouldn't feel as though you're always rushing. You're always like, that means that there is an order issue. If there was some bit of order, then it will show, this isn't necessarily a priority. Or I am prioritizing the wrong things. Or my time is consumed in the wrong way. And it's all about, I guess, how we spend our time. So let all your things have their places. Let each part of your business have its time.
Hey, this one has sunk Meniguza, which is a good one. Let all your things have their places. Let each part of your business have its time.
As a man, you'll be a family man. You'll be a husband.
Yes.
You'll be a father. You might be a worker in a job somewhere. You might be an executive person in that particular company.
Yeah.
You might be a church leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're also advocating for community. You might be doing what? Community wellness somewhere, some side project for the community. You might be engaged in business. How many hats are those? Those are so many hats.
So many hats, yeah.
So how does everything now have order? Because sometimes we can be overtaken by the way.
You just prioritize. One thing I have seen, and I said this one as the functions of management. One of the greatest is staffing. When you're a person who does many things, you should have many reliable people, because that's where your skill is. You cannot be at 7 places at the same time, but you can have 7 people doing those things and reporting to you. Management, I learned, is getting things done through others. Hey, I'm a good student. Management is getting things done through others. So for you, if you have many things going on in your life, get many people. You're not Superman.
You learn the value of teamwork.
Yes, you'll burn out. And as a matter of fact, you can manage to do many things and just be in one place if you have the right people who are reporting to you. who, and you give time. Let's say, for example, when it is time for studio, you sit down, it is time for studio, you do studio stuff, you leave. You have guys there who will do the editing, who will do all that. You go to another business, you do that. So one of the things that one of the greatest thing that you'll do when you're doing many things is to have the right people.
Yeah.
And I have come to realize that human resource is the most valued
it's the most
resource
valuable
in
resource,
any
yeah,
organization.
yeah. That's true.
You can have an organization, but if you have the wrong people, you're going down. Yeah. So generally, hiyo ndio kitu nimeona hapa hivi.
All right. And that will wrap up our episode today. Again, we haven't finished the 13 virtues. We're only on number 3. Discipline is
We'll
clearly
continue.
is something very
Until we finish it.
It's very broad and
Yes.
and it covers a lot of things. And Franklin here, thank God for Benjamin Franklin, because he has given us a very good template. And once you examine all these virtues, today we've talked about what? We've talked about order, we've talked about silence, and we've talked about
Temperance. Ndio.
temperance.
Yeah.
So these 3 virtues, if you have understood them, think about them and think about how maybe you are either showcasing, you're doing things in the right order, you're speaking less, you're not speaking as much, and you are showing moderation. If all these things are not there in your life, examine now. Now it's for you to do your own, checks and balances. Yeah. So see what is amiss. When we mention a virtue and we mention a trait, see what's amiss, see what needs to be worked on and what needs to be put in order. Yeah. So we thank you for sitting with us again for another 1 hour 30 minutes. It's been amazing. And thank you. See you on the next one. Shout out to the production team. Nafanya kazi safi sana. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for everyone who's with us till this point. See you on the next one.
Peace.